My name is Catherine de Seton, and I put on this exhibition called Vintage Visions, a curated collection. And curated because I actually have been making this type of work for around about 5 or 6 years. The earliest piece here is these gentlemen, which was during the COVID lockdowns, and I made that piece for a digital exhibition at the Waitakere Hospital, and it shows that we should be most careful with keeping them alive during the COVID period, as it was pretty bad for some sectors of the population. Many of the other pieces were also made during COVID time. The poster, for example, and another one there was made when I was away. I wasn't at home and I got COVID, and I had some bits of paper and I put them together. And various other things have just evolved from there by using different papers and different styles. There is a whole series on magicians' tents, and more recently I've got into making smaller pieces, or still with layered papers, turning them into vaguely vintage systems. This is my favourite work. It's called Children, and for anybody looking at it, it's just a group of children, school children, sitting on planks, which you did in 1957, but actually I'm in that picture, and one of those people there in the front row is actually me. There's another half of that picture on the other over there, but I just enjoy the fact that I made that in circumstances that were a bit difficult. So the backboard wasn't with me I went on a retreat in 2022, and I ended up getting COVID, and at that time you had to stay wherever you were, and so I made that piece while I was there with bits and pieces layered up, and then when I came home I kind of like fixed it up a bit better. But I really like it because it has a time when I was trapped and couldn't be at home. But then it shows 1957 was a good year. I was about, shall I say how old I was? No, I don't think I will. Young. And it just reminds me of the past, and it's a good thing to have. Well, sometimes I have a vision of what I'm going to do. Other times it's just to do with the pile of scraps that are in that box that needs to be made into something. So then I will layer it up onto paper and then decide if I like it. If I don't like it, I'll chop it up, or I'll add things on top of it. First of all, I've got a lot of artworks, not necessarily in these colours, brighter colours, and when I had decided that I needed to select something, I laid them out on my only big surface at home. It was a double bed, and so I had a variety of these pieces plus a lot of more colourful pieces, and I spent quite some time deciding, do I want to go with colour or do I want to go with this vintagey look? And I ended up thinking, well, actually the newer works that I made recently are still leaning towards that way. So that sort of helped. And then I brought a selection here to Arts for Health one day, and we spent a bit of time talking about what's what and what's not. Absolutely fabulous. I think it's amazing how much Arts for Health have made that happen by providing the frames, the artworks for sale unframed. Just knowing that they look really good instead of just stacked away in a box somewhere. And I really love that there's been so much help just to get it up off the ground. And I've learned an awful lot about putting together a solo exhibition. Layers Within is a piece of work with lots of layered papers, torn mostly, and all sorts of different types of papers, not just your regular paper. So the background is painted, card, and then layered up with various paper. Now, because some of these things don't always stick down as well as you like, I've adapted my sewing machine. In fact, my sewing machine's never ever sewn a piece of fabric. And then some parts of it also have got what looks like machine stitching, but it's actually just strips of, it's just marks to look like it's been sewn there. So yes, I do a lot of machine sewing, but then sometimes like that piece, there's no machine sewing again, it's just lines to look like it's machine sewn. Making the signs, making the titles, I don't really know if there was anything big challenge. It was just a case of following along with the instruction that I had from Arts for Health about what I should be doing. And it actually wasn't a very difficult process in a way if I just thought about it. Thank you for listening to whatever I had to say. I hope it made some sense.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more inspiring stories and content.